when you're dating, and what do you do then when you see the signs of addiction, or having an abusive partner and all of that? And your comments are just the one. So Anita Golden Shanice says, yes, you can tell an abusive partner can pretend or hide his character, so never ignore red flags. That is, you're saying you're watching from Kabati Muranga. Leona Tina says, we need a discernment spirit of God to reveal the secrets hidden even before you get into courtship. People can pretend. Wastage of time and resources. It's not foolishness asking God. He is the one Mungu, the one God Wahi Safari. Okay. Kiongozi is saying, hii ni kama betting. Unaweza ekea Manu na inyoroshwe na Watford. Someone says, yes, you can. You can't have an all-nagging partner and controlling soul. If he can't trust you, then that's a red flag. Run. I remember one used to follow me everywhere with my girlfriends and could eavesdrop on every conversation, even in parties. Couldn't have girls' moment in peace. What about me, who knows I'm always a toxic partner? Do I also need a toxic partner? This is Mary Immaculate. Maybe you can just tackle this before we move on.
I love that, because when you're feeling you're toxic, and you're toxic yourself, it's almost like you set out this magnetic field and you will attract somebody that feels they need to save you or they need to be at the same level as you. When you're highly secure, or you live in the secure attachment realm, you will never look or be attracted to somebody that's probably in a toxic way, unless they do the marketing phase of the dating very, very well. But that's why it's understanding who you are, understanding what you want, your principles, your morals, before you get involved with anybody. It's knowing who you are, it's knowing what you've gone through, and then knowing this is the partner that I will attract, and you're able to see the signs that are different in them, which is what is the typical red signs. But a lot of the time, sometimes in a relationship that starts very well, which is the bliss stage, when you go through the power struggle stage, it's because now all the little trauma and triggers come out. So the right relationship allows you to heal it. The wrong relationship will push it the wrong way. So you have to be so aware of who you are, what you need to heal before you get into a relationship with somebody else, and both of you are broken trying to fix what.
Sheriff says, most of the times it's impossible to tell, since they tend to hide their character, but as you're dating, they change slowly and their true colors will be revealed. They will not start by revealing their true self, but they will change gradually. I'm always tuned into Switch TV, my favorite show, as always. Much love, Mikali, and keep up the good work. Thank you so much for that feedback. And Bobby Dolby says, it's very possible because most times they get to be short-tempered on the smallest of things. And they're also overprotective, very jealous of the smallest of things. The smallest of things annoy them in relationship. It's very easy. We always see the red flags, but we tend to see them as a carnivore and ignore them.
Fantasize it.
You fantasize it.
You want to make it better. You want to believe it'll get better.
But then it doesn't.
No.
Okay. So we get to the questions now. This is on our SMS line, 111 444 111. Where are you? Here we go. My name is Masi. I'm in such a situation at the moment. I have been staying with this man for 2 years now. He's an alcoholic. I got into this hoping that he would change. But it got worse by the day. He doesn't pay bills, even rent. I have to take care of the child on my own. There's a time he took all of my salary and drank it in a week. All of it, and now I have had enough. I am depressed and cannot take it anymore. I have decided to leave and let him sort himself out first.
And a situation like that, as painful as it is, I would say, well done.
Yeah.
Well done for having to choose yourself and look after you and look after your kids. And there's unfortunately no way around it. For a healthy relationship to work needs two people to put in a good amount of work.
Yeah.
For a toxic relationship to work, at some point you're going to have to withdraw that kind of love to be able to feed you, because exactly what I said, it ends up leaving you feeling broken, injured, depressed, not knowing how to bear everything on your shoulders. And there's nothing wrong with selfishly choosing you, because what if the next time something goes wrong?
Yeah.
You don't have to wait sometimes in a situation for them to be a level 4 alcoholic to think that something could go wrong in that stage. Things go wrong in the simplest stages. Things go wrong in phase 1, which is let's just get drunk. But you're not understanding what it's doing to the brain and the parts of the brain that it numbs, the logic that it takes away. And you're just so high on different kinds of emotions. But the minute that starts to settle down, what if that part of your brain has you do something that's wrong? How long do you wait in a bad situation for something to really go wrong before you turn around and say enough is enough? And then how much do you hide what you see is going wrong? And then it really affects other people around you. So it's a dance, and at some point you just have to wake up and be the lifeguard in that situation and say no.
I won't do it.
Yeah.
So there's a question here. Where did it go? Hi, Mukali. Can you be addicted to a person that you see their abuse as love?
Yes, because it would stem from where did that resonate with you as a child? Where was abuse given to you that you felt, for me to be seen in the family, I had to be naughty. For me to get attention in my family, I had to be a certain way.
Yeah.
And when I behaved this way is when everything around me would stop. And even if I got smacked, I got the attention I was looking for. And abuse is very tricky, because when somebody abuses you, they're not doing that all the time.
No.
So what's the balance to the abuse is the over love bombing that comes with it. And you are filled, you feel that's what I deserve. And I know people that have been in such tragic relationships with their parents that when they meet the first sign of a person that loves them, that fills them, that sees them for who they really are, you oversee what could be wrong in them, and you make it okay. Because at the end of the day, they might not be paying the bills, but they love me a certain way. They might not be doing the things they should do, but they're there every time I need them emotionally.
Yes.
And that's why I say sometimes when you look at what it takes to make a whole relationship work, it's 360 degrees of effort. And a lot of people don't understand that, and they just take the love that they see initially and feel this is love. I'm so scared I will never ever have it again. So I'll just settle with this and make all the excuses for the way the other person's behaving. But there will be a cost, and you have to decide what the cost is.
Okay. Hello, Mukali. My fiance is a drug addict. I got into it intentionally because I thought he would change. But now I'm pregnant and I feel like quitting and I don't know what to do.
I'm the last person that always says leave.
Yes.
But in some situations, you have to be able to leave for something to get better. That was my greatest teacher, in life, which was to leave and then give somebody the room and time to decide if you're worth the change. But you shouldn't have to change because this has changed.
Yeah.
Change is inevitable, but growth is what you're supposed to be looking at, not shrinking down. And you got a baby to take care of.
Yeah.
You want to think about, do you want your child growing up in that environment or not? And you already thought about it. So if you need a bit of strength for it, it doesn't make you a bad person. But before you leave, tell him exactly why you're doing it.
Yeah.
So many people will come into my DMs and pour out their pain to me and say, what do I do? And I say, I wish the exact way you said it to me.
You would
could
say
just say it to them.
Yeah.
And let them know and empty your heart and choose you and this new baby.
Okay. I am Pixley, and my childhood has been very tough at points that I didn't see worth upon myself. But since I fell in love with my girlfriend, I felt that I had a reason for everything I do now. But we're still struggling, but she doesn't know what I'm struggling through, but she knows I'm struggling. I don't want to lose I don't want to lose her for my errors. What do? I smoke a lot sometimes because it's the only way that I feel relieved.
The interesting thing about smoking, so nicotine leaves the body after 48 hours. It's the rush of the oxygen you put into your body. So when you smoke, what do? You breathe.
Yes.
So when you actually have somebody breathe through their anxiety, you have them breathe through very tough, stressful situations and fill the body with the same amount of oxygen in the same breath. Some of them turn around and say, wow, that's all I needed was some good gulps of oxygen to be able to clear my mind and feel better. I would turn around and say, I love the fact that you recognize there's a problem. But, you know, it's like sand. If you put sand in your hand, it'll stay. And the minute you clasp it, you lose a whole bunch of it. And what you're going to do in a situation like this is, in not showing her who you really are, or not bringing her truly into the situation, at some point she'll feel cheated and betrayed. And you don't know if she's going to stay with that or walk away with that. So you're smoking a lot right now, and tell her, talk to her, say, this is where I am, but I want to work on it and I want to get the help to get through it. And I want you to either be by my side if you can, or give me the chance to work on this myself. And then we can see where we can go once I've done that, once I've sorted me, and we can be together in a healthy way.
Okay. I'm not so sure this one is, but anyway, we're helping, right?
Yes.
Good morning. I've been in a marriage for 6 years now, and pain has been the order of the day. The problem is I found out that my hubby has been cheating, and the side chick is even expectant, but I still love him though I'm really hurt. I don't know what to do because I'm jobless with 2 kids. And if I live with them, how will I support them? I'm so confused, and bitterness has overwhelmed me. What do I do? The reason I'm smiling at this question is because I know it's one of your favorite questions to answer.
And what do I say?
I say, it does not matter that if you have money, if you have a job, if you want to step out, God will provide.
The problem is not whether resources are available or
not. Yeah.
It is how resourceful you can get in a situation to be able to make something work. The cost of having the financial benefit is the cost of you living in pain and enabling him to do what he needs to do. And if that's going to be the cost, then you're going to be in pain for a long time.
Yeah.
But rather the pain of uncertainty, rather the pain of struggling to get a job, rather the pain of not having a lot of the comforts you have right now, but you make it work. And at some point, 6 months down the line, when you realize, I need to heal, I did not even know I'm going through this right now. That breath of fresh air, how proud you will be of who you are, is incredible. And I tell so many people, I could do it at 24 with a 4-year-old.
Yes.
You can do it.
You
can leave, and life will be tough and it's hard and you don't know where you're going, but you make it work and it's amazing.
That is true.
Yeah.
See why I smiled? I think that's the line. I'm going to cry.
Yes.
I did it at 24. That's the one. I'm Liz from K South. My husband is exactly like that. He cares for no one. Did we leave this one? Did we? No. Did we? He cares for no one, not even the children, and I feel tired of it. He doesn't know it, and we rarely communicate because he becomes very defensive.
So the question is, what do I do, right? And this is the exact thing we were talking about, is I'm not going to be able to say, just leave.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I know that's what you want to hear. You want to be like, I got the strength, somebody told me to leave. But you've got to weigh it out. Anybody in this situation right now that's saying, what do? I recognize I'm in a tough place. It's okay to say that you want a better life. It's okay to not know how that will look, but it's okay to choose it.
Yeah.
Because the more you enable the behavior, the more you stay in a situation like this, at some point you can't only blame them, because you're part of the problem.
Yeah.
You either want to turn around and say, I will stay and help you find the solution only if you find it with me. But I'm not going to stay and be a part of the problem. So I'm letting you know where I stand, and it's hurting and I'm broken and this is hard to do, but it's okay to not want to stay in a situation that's toxic. And don't stay out of fear. Will I ever find someone? Will they ever love me again? Take the time in this situation to see, why am I attracted to being here? What am I enabling inside of them if I do stay? And what are my options if I leave? It's the first step off. what do I need to do? Do I need to get a job? Is it worth leaving all of this to be able to take on this hardship? What's harder? And you have to be very honest with yourself, and you have to weigh it, because no one's going to be there with you when you cry alone at night.
Yep.
It's only you. And so you have to choose, do I want this for the rest of my life? Is it wrong for me to say that I deserve better?
Yeah.
Because society will make you feel like you shouldn't. But society is noise, and you've got to learn to cut it out and listen to what you want and what your gut is telling you.
You know how many times you've said choice on this show today? Because it comes down to that. You make a choice, you decide.
Yes.
And whatever choice it is that you make, that becomes your responsibility. You chose it. Our time is up. Can you hear the sig tune?
I did.
Thank you so much, Yasmin. How can people get in touch with you? Social media handles and everywhere else.
You can find me on Instagram at Shazmin Bank. You can find me on Twitter at Bank Shazmin. I'm still working how to learn it, because there are people in my Twitter and I don't know how they got there. But that's another conversation I need your help on. And you can find me on my website, which is www.shazminbank.com. I've got podcasts, blogs, just visual inspiration you can reach out to. And just know, whatever situation you're in right now, if you choose yourself, you choose better. You might not have all the answers, but they do lie inside of you. It just starts with a choice.
And we are making the decision and choosing to pay our bills at this very time. So we'll be right back after this commercial break. Don't go too far.